from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. It's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jacob Eason and the Indianapolis Colts taking on Andy Dalton and the New York Jets.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Time with Devontae Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Charles, a look there at the Colts draft class for 2020. No first-round pick, remember, courtesy of the DeForest Buckner deal. But, you know, lots of weapons after that.
Certainly are, and they really are playing a physical brand of football in Indianapolis to go along with that offensive line. So stand on offense. Michael Pittman, the wide receiver, a strong physical target. He was selected number 34. And then I love them getting Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin. 7 picks later to carry the load at the running back position. And then they did hedge their bets at the quarterback spot. Jacob Eason, a little bit of a project out of Washington. He went in the 4th round.
At their own 23-yard line.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Eason off the play fake. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Prince.
They go play action with Eason. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the 1st down to go along with it. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Play action, it's Eason. Catch made here by Campbell. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a 1st quarter lead. You've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
On second down now, it's Freeman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his second touchdown on the season, and the Colts are able to grow their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands, though.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Hey. 4 down.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 81 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Play action here with Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Watch 82. Watch 82. He likes to sneak out late. Watch 82.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse.
Eason gets hit, and the ball pops free. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Just like that. Just like that.
Off play action. Eason. And it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Terrell Basham able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 2nd down, Freeman. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they're just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Tackle made at the 44-yard line.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
got 4.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Darius Leonard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Darius Leonard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Come on, let's go.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Dalton. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously, the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Pass it. It's Dalton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Darius Leonard in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, and the pressure gets to him again. Darius Leonard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to go down again. Darius Leonard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Off the play fake. Eason. Campbell making the catch. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 79 yards. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And this carries into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man, it's Breshad Perriman. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, 75 yards. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Guys, up! Lead! There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Key to tight end. Everyone's got four down.
Dalton here from the gun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Enunwa again the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
To throw again. Dalton looking for Perriman there. He's got him. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
4 down.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Another chance for Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, 72 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Valentine going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Dalton. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So we've reached half, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. 2nd half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Isaiah
So conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
His throw incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
Off play action. Eason. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and it's third down. Off the play fake, Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4. Off play action, Eason. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down kick. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check, check.
From the gun, Dalton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Tight, tight, watch left. Tight, tight, watch left. 4 down, 4 down.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Eason sets to throw it.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
They run once more with Taylor.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
and this carries into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now
and he's into the clear. He's at the 40. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
First down, New York.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They'll look to run with Freeman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Key 8.
Now Dalton. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to get a score back.
you get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Isaiah Rodgers.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brian Poole on the tackle.
I know you felt that.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 27.
Off the play fake, Eason. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Off play action, Eason. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor.
No doubt that Taylor didn't get the yardage he wanted on that carry. but I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he can be one of the surprises in the NFL.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They run again with Hines. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back now in Indianapolis. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Brashad Perriman off to the races. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the gun, Dalton. This is caught. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Eason.
It's our time.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, let's go. Calm the crowd. Double dog. That's the way. Hawk 70. Alert 3. Check it.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribe, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand? And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime...
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
K'Lavon Chaisson.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's 3rd down.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he comes back with one complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down.
Catch there by Jamison Crowder. 78 catches, 833 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 2019. Operates very well out of the slot. One of the niftier receivers in the league.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time. The ball is free. Taylor lost it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 30. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Rodgers on the return.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over first and 10.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. The 20, 10, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will make it into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking to throw again on second down. Dalton. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
1 yard to go.
Nice.
Operating from the gun. Dalton. And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out in complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the lines from the head coach of, we're going to win this weekend, and here's how we're going to get it done. And covered all the details that went into it. They practiced them. They went
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Here you go, can.
again. Dalton. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, Dalton, and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Andy Dalton sacked. A loss of 4 yards.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with